Welcome brothers and sisters, apes and lions, angels and devils, babies and oldies, blacks and whites. Welcome to the trip. America's reputation has been cloaked with a blanket of false beauty, broken promises, pure racism, but somehow it's still able to squeeze out all the artistic culture it can into a tiny appetizer plate and serve it to the young writers, artists, and creators of today's generation. Today's generation, unsure if they'll be able to live in peace due to egocentric billionaires who pose as powerful politicians, but in truth are paltry puppets controlled by pig-headed puppeteers who dance on the line of party platforms and make sure that those of certain color and religion are feared and loathed due to the actions of the pitiful few. Prudential presidents, don't forget that your protected secrets are out in the wind. The silent and the loud are positively listening. Have you heard what happened to the Native Americans? Still, somehow, silence reigns in the nation, focusing more on cat skydiving than Native American reservations, which are lovingly filled with poverty and alcoholism. We have problems, and you have to be almost crazy to fully solve them. We have problems, and you have to be almost crazy to fully solve them. The new generation was born in a world of technology, fear, war, global warming, split government. The donkey and the elephant do not shake hands. The donkey and the elephant will not shake hands. By the people, for the people, by the people, for the people. Are you sure? Are you sure? Are you sure that the voices are still there? Are you sure? A document constantly affecting the lives of Americans, the ambiguity it provides is the key to social and political change. It is the Bible which all Americans must follow, regardless of character trait, sexual orientation, religion, gender, and the way of life. There is a candle of light as we try to learn to live well. We try to learn to live with nature. We try to learn to live with virtue. We try to learn to live connected. Just as anything from the past connects to the future. Just as anything from the past connects to the future. Do you get it? Believe that everything happens for a reason, and the way of American history can be open to new interpretations. You will learn the creation of the nation, the power of the truth, the recreation of the nation. You will learn why. Why does this income inequality exist? What causes the persecution of Muslims? Learn more than what I say. What and why are the two questions American citizens must ask. You will hear the stories of authors and poets who use the imagination to their advantage. You will learn, you will see, you will feel that you have been cheated. You will feel that you can live properly. I can answer the question why, and who am I? Who am I? I'm the one that connects, teaches, and leads you through this journey. I am the wizard, and welcome to the trip. Hey man, hey, let's get out of this rain. I'm wetter than water.
Yeah, we should probably go. It's pretty wet. It's pretty wet.
Oh, finally, man. Nice and dry in here, just like, oh, the sun. Yeah, that's pretty dry. Alright, my proteges, welcome to the trip. We will be uncovering the mysteries of American history and connect the events of the past to the future. To help us with the trip, we have asked the wizard to come and play his songs of history throughout our journey.
All right, thank you for that introduction, Mr. E. Hello, young generation. May I please know your name so that I can connect with you on a personal level?
Hi, my name is, Alice.
Yo, right on, Alice.
My name is Todd.
What's that, my friend? I didn't catch it.
My name is Todd.
Once more, please.
My
Yes?
name
Please continue.
is Todd.
Oh, way ho, Todd. How do you do?
Good. I do good, I think.
Alright, man. Now that we're all acquainted with one another, I can tell you about this machine. This is the teleporter DSL. It will help us flow through time like sand flows through a flip-flop.
How incredible.
Wow.
Yeah, man, it's quite mystical, isn't it? We will begin this trip with the creation of the nation. This will help us understand the foundation of the nation and the social and political changes which occur today. But before all this, we must learn how to live on this trip. Are y'all ready for some crazy...
Some crazy. Of course we're ready for some crazy.
Alright, here we go.
Oh wow, that was crazy. But where are we, Mr. E?
Right on, Todd. We are in Philadelphia, at the home of the great statesman and inventor, Ben Franklin. Now, Franklin was born January 17th, 1708, and unfortunately passed April 17th, 1790. He fought for independence from the tyrannical British government by pushing for the Declaration of Independence. The way in which he lived his life was quite interesting, having a list of 13 virtues which guided him. He is also associated with the improvement of the urinary catheter.
Oh, wow.
Urinary catheter.
Wow.
Urinary catheter.
Oh, wow.
Ben Franklin, you better be up, you lazy, stinky
Oh, jeez, it's Mama Frank. Hide.
Run, hide, run, go, run, bro, go. Okay, I think we're safe.
I'm awake, Deborah. Don't be pulling on my knicker bottoms. Jeez.
Oh, sweet. I never thought that I, Alice, by the way, I'm the one who's actually talking right now, would get to see Ben Franklin. Right on, Alice. Let's see what he has to say.
As I pace this floor with my cold feet, only one question tickles my mind. What good shall I do today?
I've been living with 13 virtues, and I've been wondering what I should and shouldn't do. You'll never see me stumbling from food or the devil's drink. Baby, you know temperance is the way I like to think, and I don't like to lose no time. My industry skills are prime, and I don't like to lose my mind. In my life, tranquility is what I find. When you need to, when you're silent, you won't blabber foolish things. You know I always say what I mean. My resolve won't be wavered. How else do you think I got them to sign the paper? My schedule on point and all objects where they need to be. Keep a clean hygiene so you don't smell like pee, and only use your private parts when you need to. You know chastity is the way to be. obtain a balance so moderate, so moderate, yes, moderate. Have humility and no fear. I must bring justice to my words, or it makes my way of living seem absurd. You may find it's harder than you think. All these perfect perceptions may drive you to the brink. Saying is not actually doing. Be reflective, and this will keep you from ruin. 13 virtues, 13 virtues to help you live. 13 virtues, 13 virtues, what can you give? 13 virtues, 13 virtues to help you live. 13 virtues, 13 virtues, imagine all you can give.
Oh man, I'm sad we had to leave so soon. But Franklin seems to be quite the guy. By following all those rules and living that way, he must live a happy life.
Yes, it seems that he tries to live a happy life. Did you understand the lesson at the end?
No.
He says that he tries his best to live following these 13 virtues, but sometimes he finds the task difficult. Franklin states by reflecting on the day, one is able to improve their performance of this task. Overall, he says following these virtues is a noble action, but he also says that no one is perfect, and even he needs to constantly improve.
Dig, man, dig.
Right on, Alice. We should try to remember these rules as we continue on the journey. Even though Franklin existed over 200 years ago, his teachings are still relevant today. We can learn to live a happy and noble life by following these virtues. Dig?
Dig. I really dig that.
Alright, next we'll go into the thoughts of a revolutionary colonist and understand the foundation of our groovy nation. Then the wizard will attempt to clear the path to the future and explain how the American Revolution still affects the modern day. Alright, here we go! I'm sick of it. These taxes and these land restrictions. From the T-tax to the course of acts, we have been oppressed. We're sick of it. We need to tell the king to make change. Let's sign a petition and hope it comes back okay. The market isn't free anymore. Our population might declare war. No taxation without representation.
Founding fathers, please save us from this flame. Jefferson believed in revolution. Madison wrote the draft of the U.S. Constitution. Adams opened the revolution stores, while Washington was the general of the war. Founding fathers, take our hands, for you're who we believe in, and we're tired of the men. Forget the Tories, write the paper, the treason is real, but so are the reasons. Tell them we're leaving for a new government. Our freedom is well spent, we'll always be British, but we want to say in the things that happen. Popular sovereignty and a republic, no democracy, 'cause that means mob rule. The Great Compromise, the Supreme Court makes just laws with the president having 4 years a term. In 1788, the new Constitution went through its own revolution by taking over minds of leaders who did not think that way. The 3 branches of government were formed. The anti-federalists didn't want the government too strong. The Electoral College was created that day. A voting system for men was put into play. It's ambiguous, adaptable, and slightly confusing. But it helps maintain a government which is by the people and for the people. Can you see the connection to modern day? Can you see how the Constitution affects every political decision made today, and how it is the foundation of America? The Constitution created a checks and balances system to make sure that the people would not experience another tyrannical king. If you look at some of the most debated topics today, gun laws are at the top of the list. One of the factors of the debate is the practicality of both guns and the Second Amendment. The Second Amendment states that law-abiding citizens have the right to bear arms. Some argue that the amendment was written because citizens need to hunt for food in the era it was written. They say citizens do not have the need to hunt anymore, and therefore, them owning guns is irrelevant. Whatever the case may be, it is clear that the ambiguity and the adaptability of the Constitution causes frustration and debate. However, some argue that founding fathers expected this and wanted to have the Constitution be relevant in any time period. Pretty crazy, isn't it? Hey yo, y'all better have understood what my man The Wiz was saying, or else there are gonna be some major consequences, you hear?
Wow, that was, out of character, Mr. E.
I was just kidding. But please, do ask if you have any questions, man. We are now on the second leg of the journey. This is where it gets a little serious. We will now learn about the secrets of America and the bloodshed that it has hidden. we will learn about discrimination in the perception of the truth. Lastly, we will learn about different styles of writing and how they affect music, art, and film today. Whoa, that's real heavy, man. But at least there are some cool stories coming up. Alice, my friend, you're like the snooze button on an alarm clock. Dig!
Oh, jeez.
What?
Oh man, I think the teleporter is broken.
Hold on, my friends. It seems that this teleporter runs on vibes, and the air is too down tempo. I think we should try to get some more static into the air. Wizard, what can we do to get the air moving? Here, I'ma send a guitar. Let me type in the special code. Beep, boop, bop, bop, bippity, bop, bop, boom. Okay, man. Hey, thanks, wizard. Alright, students, let me tell you a little something about Romanticism, the literary and artistic movement stirring in the 1800s and 1850s in America. It can be rooted to individual American thought, which came from independence, and the creation of America's own literary tradition. Romanticism focused mainly on inner feelings, the past, the supernatural, and politics. Can't folktales be romantic, Mystery? Sure they can. Stories such as The Devil and Tom Walker by Washington Irving and Where Are You Going, Where You Been by Joyce Carol Oates are both examples of stories which contain elements of romanticism and gothicism, which branches from romanticism, but we'll talk about that later.
Well, what happens in those stories?
We'll probably read them when we get back to Earth, but essentially, in The Devil and Tom Walker, a miserable poor man named Tom Walker meets the devil, who tells him that he can give Tom and his wife a lot of money if he sells his soul. He decides not to take the deal, but his greedy wife takes the deal. She ends up mysteriously disappearing, and later Tom finds her body parts. Tom Walker becomes impatient and takes the deal, which makes him a rich man. As time passes, however, Tom realizes that he will soon have to go with the devil and tries to trick the devil by always carrying his Bible. Ultimately, Tom ends up being taken away by the devil when he does not have his Bible on him. What about in the Joyce Carol Oates story? Oh yeah. In that story, a young girl named Connie is confronted by two men, Arnold Friend and Ellie Oscar, at her home. They increasingly become more violent, sexual, and mystical as Arnold tries to persuade Connie to take a ride with him in his car to an unknown location. Connie continuously declines the offer, but ultimately is forced into taking a ride with Arnold, representing her death. Interestingly, when we look at the name Arnold Friend, it can be maneuvered to make the name an old fiend, which is another name used for the devil.
Wow, how interesting. Hey, do you think you can play us a folk song?
Oh, that is why I have this guitar, my pupil. Interesting fact about the Joyce Carol Oates story is it was actually written for Bob Dylan, man, a lyricist and songwriter. To honor both him and Oates, the tale I'll be telling you today is set to Dylan's song, Mr. Tambourine Man. All that I missed, dancing daffodils surrounded by mist, moving trees and singing wind, changing my world from an impatient race into a world in which to live. And all the blur I saw while running turned into an image. Hey, Mr. Devilman, I know I'm young and lonely. I know I want love to be more than trees, but I don't want to move my feet faster than they need to be. I'll stand my ground, so please go away. I may not have love right now, but no shortcuts anyhow. I don't wish to miss
just the journey along the way. I wanna see the sparkling leaves, the groovy wind and dancing trees, before I'm ready for my lady to take my heart away. For you never know what you will learn from when the sun sets to its return. Life to learn from passengers on the journey. Hey, Mr. Devilman, I wanna be rewarded for my good deeds, and my journey will allow me to be compensated. I will absorb the gentle breeze, the swaying leaves, the kissing trees, and all the rest is up to your imagination. Hey, Mr. Devilman, thanks but no thanks, for I have ran upon the path and didn't learn along the way. My lady can wait, but my soul can't, and that's the end of this whole rant. Now pardon me, I need to go and dance.
Okay, travelers of the DSL, the vibes are up and running. You're free to travel where you please.
Hey, thanks, fam. I hope y'all dug it. I also hope that you understand that the legacy of Romanticism lives on in modern culture. Its connection to inner feelings and supernatural forces can be seen in many films, music, and art. A perfect example of this fact is abstract art. The meaning of abstract art is related to one's inner feelings. Romanticism also began the separation from Renaissance and neoclassical art. When we talk about Gothicism, I will tell you how that style of writing can also be seen in modern culture.
Cool. What are we going to learn about now?
Now it's time to uncover America's secret. Now there are two ways to do this. We can learn with music, or I can tell you what happened.
I want a break from the music.
Oh, I was actually going for the music.
Alright, I guess we'll compromise. The wizard will play a very simple song as we walk around a Native American reservation, and I'll tell you about this incredible piece of history.
Sounds
okay,
good.
That's okay. That sounds good to me as well.
Here we go. After America had gained independence and created a stable government, Americans began to slowly push west.
Why, Mr. E?
There were several reasons why Americans were pushed to the west. Some of these reasons included gold, cheap land, and overcrowding near the coast, north of the Appalachian Mountains. These were factors which pulled and pushed them to the west. Overcrowding pushed them, and the other two reasons pulled them.
Wait, didn't the Native Americans own the land?
Legally, they did not own the land, and when Jefferson illegally bought the land with the Louisiana Purchase, the fate of the Native Americans was left to the American leaders.
I can understand a small portion of Americans wanting to expand west because of the reasons you stated previously, but what convinced the entire nation that moving west was the best idea?
Great question, Alice. That's where the concept of manifest destiny comes in.
Wait, what is that?
Manifest destiny was a term coined in 1845 by a newspaper editor. The idea was that the United States had a God-given right to move further west and live sea to shining sea.
Wait, so what happened to the Native Americans?
This is where things get interesting. The Native Americans reasonably did not want to give up their land to the white man. This led to Andrew Jackson's Indian Removal Act, which forced Native Americans off their land, creating the famous Trail of Tears, a deadly route which Native Americans had to walk when leaving their land.
Oh, okay, so it's bad, but it's like not that bad because no one was really hurt.
Quite the opposite, my friend. Events such as Wounded Knee left about 260 natives dead in 1890. To make matters worse, the Native American children were forced to go to white schools under the motto, "Kill the Indian, save the man." The Native American children were bullied, excluded, and sexually abused at these schools. The termination policy in 1943 essentially forced the Native Americans to become part of the U.S. and live in reservations. These reservations still exist today and are unfortunately filled with poverty and alcoholism, man.
That really sucks.
Yeah, I didn't even know that, to be honest.
That's okay, Alice. A lot of people don't know that this is a part of American history. This is one of the reasons why novels such as A Lone Ranger and Tonto, A Fist Fight in Heaven by Sherman Alexie exist. The title of the novel relates to the American media's portrayal of Native Americans by referencing an old TV show. This TV show represented the Native American Tonto as slow and illiterate. This gave the American audience the impression that all Native Americans act in this way. Other examples of American media portraying Native Americans in a negative way is The Searchers by John Ford.
So what happens in Alexie's novel?
Oh yeah, the novel starts off following a young Native American boy growing up on a Native American reservation named Victor. As he grows up, Victor begins drinking, falls in love, stops drinking, moves out of the reservation, lives in the city, and then comes back to the reservation. The novel focuses on both the internal struggles Victor faces and on the way the American public reacts to him being a Native American.
So, what's the lesson?
Whew. Okay, you ready? Here we go. There's a great novel called The Things They Carried by Tim O'Brien, a Vietnam veteran. O'Brien's foundation for his novel is the concept of truth. Ultimately, he says that it does not matter if his war stories are true because he believes that there are different ways to perceive truth. The same concept applies to Western expansion. Many people see America's westward expansion as noble and an act of bravery. However, when the other side of the argument is presented, the entire view of America's westward expansion changes from bravery to genocide. The Native American issue still continues today, with broken down reservations still existing. It's incredible, isn't it? How you've never heard of this tale or of the reservations? The connection between the past and the present is very much alive and well in this lesson. We need to be more mindful of the situations that may be occurring in America. This will help us possibly solve the issues. Those are the main lessons, my friends. Oh yeah, Alice, I completely forgot about the music. I'm so sorry.
That's okay, I totally forgot as well. Probably because I was so into this lecture.
With this A minor chord, we move on to our next lesson, my friends.
Oh my, I'll never get used to that. It makes my stomach pretty queasy.
Don't worry, my friend Todd. You will. Welcome to Planet Trump, my disciples. For this lesson, I'm gonna need a volunteer.
Oh my goodness, please choose me.
Just choose me. You know I'm your favorite.
I'll never get sick of you guys. Okay, for all the change in my left pocket, Alice, choose the number from 1 to 10.
I choose 67.
Oh, fighting the man, I see. Alright, what about you, Todd?
I choose number 9.
Valuable response, my reflection. However, I enjoyed Alice's answer, for it made me chuckle. Alice, are you ready for the trip?
I guess. What do I have to do?
Just step outside the teleporter and interact with the life forms on this planet, and see if you could answer this one question. Could you find it in your heart to negotiate, love, respect, and accept these life forms into your life and into America? There is beauty on this planet, I promise you that, but there are also those who are not so friendly. There is good and evil in this universe, and that is a fact of life. You both should know this, for you have experienced it in the concept of the normal world. I wish you luck, my student. Make sure you keep us updated with your radio.
Okay, here I go. Okay, all I see is destruction. Fallen leaves and a fiery sky filled with smoke. The ground is dry and filled with bullet shells and skulls. There is nothing standing, and everything is either burnt or broken down. There's no one to be found. Are you sure I should keep going?
Ramble on, Alice. I promise you that there's good on this land.
I hope you know what you're doing, Mr. E, because I'm getting a bad vibe off this place. Might as well keep going. The earth crunches every time I step, and there are some incredible but unfamiliar plants here. They're light blue and all seem to move towards the same direction in a mystical, ominous way. The sky is blood red and the clouds seem to have turned darker. I just can't put my finger on it. Everything is so uncanny here.
Try to find the life form and interact if possible. Remember the question you should try to answer, Alice.
Okay, I'll try to find someone, but I feel like I'm being watched. It seems as if someone here despises me and everything I believe in, and wants to hurt me for that reason. I'm sure it's all in my mind. This planet sounds like a mix of a horror movie and Pink Floyd. It gets my heart beating. Oh my gosh! Oh my word! It seems that the trees and the land are oozing blood. There are puddles of crimson red on the ground and the trees are starting to turn the same color. What's going on? Wait a minute, what was that? Someone is screaming at me. What do I do? Hold on, there's someone here. Let me go and ask them where I am, and also what that noise could have been.
Excuse me,
Whoa, I'm getting out of here. Go, go, go.
Alice, what happened, man?
Mr. E, I swear, I went up to him, and he turned his face, and it was unlike anything I've ever seen before. It was not a face, but a mirror reflection. He took my fears and combined them into his nose. He took my past and my future and put them into his eyes. He took everything and everyone I've lost and placed them into his mouth. Then he said, in this tone, "Why do you not practice our way, stranger? Why are you not as we are? We would love to hurt you, to scare you, to take away everything you love. We would love to hurt those like you as well. Everyone who shares your ideas and traits, everyone who looks like you. We would love to hurt you." And then he stood up and reached out to grab me. And his hands were the same color as the trees and the earth, blood red.
But Alice, I promise you that there's good on this land. There is beauty with no destruction, grounds without blood, and skies without smoke. I promise you that there's good on this land, Alice.
I don't care, Mr. E. I need to protect myself from these creatures. I need some kind of defense. So not a single one, no, not a single one is ever able to come near me and harm me in that way. How dare you say that there is good on this land? You have never been here, smelt the air, heard the sounds, met the... what do you call them? Life forms? You have never smelt the air, seen the destruction, and had to run. You don't know. I need protection. I need a wall. I need a machine gun that has a barrel 10 feet tall. I need jet planes. I need tanks. I need nukes so I can carpet bomb these men and their families. I need warfare against these people. Oh please, oh please, oh please, come to my end. I don't trust these people. They're all very loony and demented. From what I've seen, this planet needs to meet its end.
Alice, mellow out, my protege. I know that all you see is death and decay, but I assure you that there is good on that planet. Do you feel safe, Alice?
No, Mr. E. I sure do not. Everything seems to get scarier and scarier on this planet. I don't even recognize faces as normal anymore. I think they're coming for me again. Yes, I'm sure of it. There's hundreds of them surrounding me in dark cloaks. They're circling me. They know I see them. I know they see me. Should I run? Should I run? Mr. E, should I run? Run, Alice! Run, 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 run! Get back here! Don't stop running! Don't look back, Alice! Just run! Run for your life, Alice! Run! They're here to hurt you! Run, 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 Alice! Go! Go! Don't stop! Go! Run, run, run! I can't believe I made it back alive. There's good on this planet? There's good on this planet? How can I ever love, respect, and accept anyone like this, who lives like this, who wants to hurt me for believing in the ideas that I believe in, and having traits which are my own? And you want to ask the American people to do the same? No. We need to tell the Army, or the Navy, or somebody back on Earth before these life forms wipe all the Earthlings out. I need a gun. We need to set up a wall right now, so that none of them can get to Earth. Not a single one.
Oh man, that's funny. I just trolled you pretty hard, Alice. But that's what happens when you say a number outside the 1 to 10 range. But good, you have learned. Are you ready for the message of this entire lesson? Yes?
Yes, I am.
This planet represents the American media's portrayal of Muslims. They create an illusion to the American people that Muslims are not to be trusted and respected, rather constantly despised and feared. While the media never states that all Muslims are evil, many people have taken this position from the gathered information the media provides for them. Proof of this assumption can be seen in the political views of some of the 2017 Republican presidential candidates. For example, candidates such as businessman Donald Trump and Senator Ted Cruz believe that Muslim extremist groups should be relentlessly bombed, regardless of possible civilian casualties. What happened to you, Alice, is no different than what happens to Americans every day. You wanted to take up arms against these life forms, only because you saw the evil side of them. You were shouting that we needed to get military troops to bomb the planet so that we don't get hurt by these life forms. Americans shout that we need to ban Muslims and bomb their homes just so that we don't get hurt. Do you see the connection? Now, I'm not saying those who fear or want to harm Muslims are horrible human beings. I'm simply saying that they're only seeing one side of the truth, just as many Americans today only see one side of America's westward expansion, and not the Native American side. The media is able to corrupt us into seeing one side of the truth, and we must break out of their trance to see all perceptions of the truth in order to achieve a more peaceful and respectful Earth, man.
Oh, now I get it. Hey, that's pretty cool. I'm not even that mad.
You want to know something funny, man? By exposing you to these horrific events, I was actually able to teach you Gothicism. You know, the one that branches off of Romanticism? I think we talked about it before.
Wow, it seems like I learn more when I'm not thinking.
It seems the same way for me, my friend. By exposing you to these different elements of Gothicism, we were actually able to create a mini Gothic tale. If you want, we can go over the details of your story when we get back to Earth. Yeah, that sounds real cool, Mr. E. Hey, do you think you can give me an example of a Gothic tale? For sure, Alice. The short story, The Cask of Amontillado, should be good. In this story, a man cleverly lures his enemy into the catacombs, using the famous wine Amontillado as bait. The story escalates and becomes darker and darker, and the intentions of the man who promised the wine become clear. At the end, the man enslaves his enemy in the catacombs and leaves him for dead. The author, Edgar Allan Poe, was quite the guy. He really enjoyed his mysteries and creepy stories. Some famous ones include The Telltale Heart and The Black Cat. If we look at Gothicism from a modern perspective, we can see some of its aspects in mysteries and horror movies. So, thanks Gothicism, you really helped us out there. Sectionalist South, I've been feeling pretty down, 'cause you've been taking my money, and you know it's not funny. I'm nationalist North, and where should I even start? You have slaves so you get paid. I have men who need wages. Release the humans in your cages. You say you want state government. Can you tell me what the reason is? And don't say that it's cotton. We will make you feel rotten. The cotton gin, was it meant for that? It was meant to free the blacks. You're as useless as the compromise. Missouri Compromise didn't do anything, simply delayed our breaking apart. And when I hope Uncle Tom's cabin was a shot to the heart, just like Dred Scott was to ours. He's just property, you must be nuts. And John Brown was messed up, but his ideals were on point. They seceded the 11 states. What can I say? They were pretty late. Gettysburg was useless, 51,000 casualties, but still no winner to see. Just let those slaves go free. And everyone knows that Lincoln is the man, even though he took away our rights, which came from the Land Emancipation Proclamation, expected to free the members of the black nation. But that's only during wartime, so now he's plotting his eyes straight ahead. For him, there is no stopping. Why did he stretch out the war? What for? What for? Because he needed the 13th Amendment. He needed the people to believe that's the only way to get the South to say we give in. We give. After the war, federal power will remain, and for many years later, the South will complain. Reconstruction is next in the lane, but let's take a moment to remember that man who gave slaves freedom, because after the war, Lincoln's job was done, so he was shut down and killed and died building field. Let the chaos ensure they're unsure Reconstruction, let me tell you how it goes. 4 million freed slaves, where do they go? Lincoln's 10-year plan was a big no. Carpetbaggers trying to make a quick buck, bro. The KKK, well that wasn't very cool. It made the South seem like very big fools. You may be asking, why is Reconstruction the tool? And let me tell you why that is. All man can vote. It's the rebuilding of the South. And it brought in public education. So when you say, is Reconstruction good or bad? Just look at the pros and cons and then make up your mind and sing along. Many employees could have been ripped off by owners because of the lack of business regulations, increasing the wage gap between the worker and the owner. Oh, I guess I can see that. Isn't it incredible how so many parts of history can just all come together? Yeah, I think it's really cool. That's really cool. Yeah, that's dope, yeah. I have one more lesson to teach you, my students. It is about transcendentalism. I will tell you my own personal story about transcendentalism. Are you ready for the last lesson? This one should be good, for it will teach you once again how to live happily and peacefully. Ring up the A minor chord. There I was, hanging out with Emerson and Thoreau, simply speaking about European philosophers, Plato, and Buddhist thought. We were sitting in the woods, enjoying the rays of sunlight touching our skin, and never before had I ever felt more one with the world. I felt no fear of death and no fear of anything as I stepped out into the woods all alone, saying farewell to my two comrades. I stepped out into the woods with no thought in my mind, simply my heart dragging me out. I was in love, and it was incredible. The light around me seemed to touch my skin and pull me up into another dimension. The trees seemed to fall, and then chase me, and then fall once again. I walked up and I saw a tiny house. A tiny house? That is what I need. I must live in one, for it is simplistic. It is the way of life. It is the way to live. My friends, we have heard so many things, so many great things on this trip today. But you must remember one thing. No matter what happens, you will always be connected with those around you. Never forget that. Never. We have seen some of the worst things man can see. We have heard some of the worst things man can hear. But simply let it go. Enjoy the nature. Follow your heart, and it will take you to where you need to go. So as I depart you on this trip, my friends, my name is not mystery. It is actually Emerson. Emerson is the name that I carry. Peace, love, and farewell. Remember to never see one side of the truth, for it is the loss of love and peace. Farewell, my friends. I'll see you on the next ride.